family, what's up? What's up? What is up, y'all? As y'all can tell by my hair, my lashes, honey, my clothes, my background, she is where? Home. Can we just get a praise in? Lord, we give you all the praise, honey. Yes, look at God, she is home, y'all. I got energy. I'm moving around, honey. I am full of life, honey, because just 3 days ago, your girl was depleted. Your girl, the enemy was attacking me, Booski, through these good old fibroids. He was trying to take your girl out, near-death experience, because of these fibroids. Y'all, but what? God will always prevail, honey. She is home, honey, full of energy, honey, life. Thank you, Lord. And baby, as you can see by the title, I almost died because of these fibroids, honey. Let's get into this video, honey. Before I get into this video, I want to say it will be very sensitive. I'm gonna be hitting on a few things that might be sensitive to some people. Please feel free to fast forward if you get uncomfortable. If you feel like, hey, this is a bit too much for me, Tess, Booski, by all means, you can watch another video. Hey, I totally understand. But for those of you who are in it for the long haul, and you want to know, you want to be informed, you want to talk about it, let's get into this video. So, you guys, I'm home, and I'm going to give you guys a update, a story time, or however you want to say it or see it, of my experience in the hospital because of my fibroids. So I was in the hospital. I went into the hospital on, what date I was? I went into the hospital on Saturday morning, right? Because Friday after work, my doctor had scheduled me an appointment to Crest Diagnostics to get, some lab work done before I start my procedure on not surgically removing my fibroids, but stopping the blood flow to the fibroids. And I did say I was going to get into the name. I believe it's called UFE. Look it up. UFE. Urinary fibroids. Look it up. UFE. That's when, they go in either your wrist or your hip area, and they insert a catheter, and they, insert these little plastic, like sand size, like a grain, sand size plastic balls inside of the vein, the area where it's feeding the fibroids. So to stop the blood circulation, to stop the fibroid from being, fed, blood circulation. So it kills all your fibroids. This procedure tackles all fibroids, however many fibroids you have, it tackles the fibroids. I'm still educating myself on this procedure, you guys, so please work with me, bear with me, and whatever I learn, I promise you I'll jump on here, fam, and I'm gonna let you all know what's the tea. But as of right now, I literally last week Thursday, right? Last week Thursday, I was at work. I work midnight shift. I work from midnight to 8 in the morning. So I was at work and I was just Googling, fibroid doctors here in Georgia. I'm originally from Miami, Florida. And I did have a laparoscopic surgery to remove my fibroids. But at that time, the doctor did not remove all of my fibroids at that time. Because I was also having another surgery within that surgery, and that was a tubal ligation reversal surgery. So All my fibroids was not removed at that time. He just removed the ones that was, I guess, most important, and I had some he left behind. So the ones he removed came back, and that surgery happened in 2019, and it is now 2022. Next year make 3 years ago. So now let's fast forward to the present time, which is 2022, right? So I relocated from Florida to Georgia due to my husband's job. Like I said in the past video, I'm not gonna get too deep into that because it's like I'm repeating myself. So I relocated here, and I've been having issues with my fibroids. When you've had these things for so long, you start knowing the little signs, and you start picking up on little things that you go through because of fibroids, like bad periods, blood clots during your menstrual cycle, long menstrual cycle, painful menstrual cycles. It's painful to walk at times. It's painful to just function. Period. Just life. Period. It's just painful. Sometimes the fibroid, it can hurt constant. Even after your period, you're still in pain due to the fibroid. You feel me? And then it gets to the point where you're out of breath. You can't move. You can't, the things you would normally do, like with no pressure, no problem, you can't do because of the fibroid. Like walk up a flight of stairs. You feel me? Or walk to your mailbox. Yes, Booski, you heard me. To your mailbox. It's ridiculous. It can even get this bad where you can't even get up from your bed to walk to your bathroom, or get up from your bed to walk to the kitchen. It's that serious. It's that real. For those of us who are like severely screwed with these fibroids, me being one of them. So I was like, I'm sick and tired. I'm done. Like, I need to find a way to get rid of these fibroids, and definitely I want a more quality a life. I want a better life. You feel me? So while at work, I started researching different fibroid centers, fibroid doctors, somewhere I can go to receive help. And I came across this one specific doctor here in Georgia, and I called. Right when I got off work, I called. You guys, when I say the comments on Google with this particular doctor, when I say they are dead on, when I say the comments are dead on, I haven't even physically been into the office. I haven't even physically met anybody. Due to COVID, you do the video visit via video. You have your doctor visit via video. So I haven't even met these people personally. But you guys, when I tell y'all, they bedside manners, it's like no other. You hear me? The way they care for you, their concern is just like no other. Nothing I've ever experienced. I called when I called y'all. When I said I called y'all, okay. I called Thursday. Right? I called the doctor Thursday. I called the doctor's office. His one of the young ladies who works as front desk receptionist, make your appointments, MRIs, everything. I spoke to her. She asked me a few questions, and basically all the questions she asked me, like, is it hard for you to go up a flight of stairs? Do you have a sharp pain going down your thighs? Do you have like heart? Does your heart feel like it's pumping or beating hard? Or do you have shortness of breath? What else? Do you have shortness of breath? Loss of appetite, mood swings, all these things, right? Everything she asked me, I basically was like, yes to. Like, it was blowing my mind. Like, the list of things that fibroids causes you. So, as we was talking and she was, asking me the questions and everything. She went on ahead and scheduled me an appointment to follow up and meet, with the doctor. So I went on ahead and I had my appointment. She was like, if something else becomes available, um, before then, I'm gonna call you. Like if something becomes available today, I'm gonna call you. And I was like, damn, like that's what's up. Like who does that? They normally just make your little appointment and push you right on. And nothing came up, of course, because clearly everybody wants to get in to see this doctor, right? So I had my appointment the next day, which was Friday. And we spoke. I spoke to the doctor and everything, and at the time, I really, y'all, I really, 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 really wasn't feeling well. I really, really wasn't feeling well, and it was very hard for me to talk. It was really hard for me to like keep my head up and really keep my focus. And so the doctor was like, you know what? I want you to go take a blood test. I want you to go to the lab, and I want you to go get your blood drawn so we can find out what's your hemoglobin. Hemoglobin is your blood level, your iron level, right? So I was like, okay, cool, no problem. I'm not feeling right. I know what it feels like to have low hemoglobin. I know what it feels like because I suffer from anemia. For those who don't know, anemia is an iron deficiency when your iron is low. So you ever hear somebody say I'm anemic? I mean they have low blood, their hemoglobin, iron, blood, that's all in one. It's low. So I was like, cool. Of course I'll go, no problem. Right after work, I'll go straight into the lab. So he scheduled me an appointment at Quest Diagnostics. Right when I got off work, I went straight to the appointment. And you guys, I was so depleted. Like my energy was so depleted, guys. It was a struggle. It was a struggle. And I noticed I was losing appetite, wasn't eating. My breathing was real shallow. My vision was getting a little blurry. And I knew like, okay, this is not good. I've had my blood as low as a 3 point something or 4. It was like a 3-4 at one point. And that's a big no-no. For your hemoglobin to be at 3 or 4, you're near death. You feel me? You are at death's door. Hello. It's not, death is knocking. You can go into a cardiac arrest. You can have a stroke. You can go into a coma. So I've been that low before. So this particular time, I went in. That was Friday. I went in. I did the labs, and I came home, and my heart was just pounding. It's if I ran track. Like I just came off the track, running several laps, and I was like, my heart was pounding. I mean, pounding, y'all. And I was just so tired. I was just like, I couldn't even, y'all. I couldn't even move. I got myself ready for bed, and I just couldn't even. And my husband, he was already asleep next to me, and I happened to, lay down, and my husband told me I kept moving. I kept moving. And I do remember moving around because I couldn't breathe. Like my heart, it just felt like, like I ran track. That's the best way I could explain it. Like it was pounding. And I ended up falling asleep, and my phone just kept ringing. I kept hearing it vibrate. And then I finally woke up, and it was the doctor. He had to text me. He was calling me saying, please call me immediately. 911, call me. Your hemoglobin is a 4.4. Please get up. Go to the emergency room. And I'm so glad that I didn't lose consciousness while asleep. That was possible. It could have definitely happened. When I got up and I seen the text messages, and I called him, and he was like, please get yourself dressed and go to the emergency room now. Please, you need a blood transfusion. It is too important for you to go right now, right? So I was like, okay, no problem. I'm going to go. And of course, I had a moment. I broke down. I was crying. I was having my little fit because that made my 11th blood transfusion. You heard me right, 11. Not counting how many bags of blood they give you during each transfusion. But as far as me going to the hospital, that I can remember, 11 times I have, well, this last time made 11 times I went to the hospital for a blood transfusion. Sometimes my transfusions can go from 1 bag to 4 bags of blood with iron. They also give you, an iron infusion. Sometimes I have 1 iron infusion or 2. This time I had 1. The last time my blood was a 3. Yeah, it was a 3. Um, I had 4. They gave me 4. If I'm not mistaken, 4 to 5 bags of blood and 2 bags of iron. And at that time, I passed out. I lost consciousness, and I can't even really tell. All I remember is that I passed out. My husband caught me, and it was pushing me in the chair. That's all I can remember. When I came to, I was in the bed with iron, and of course they, hey ma'am, wake up, trying to keep you conscious. And that was the first time my blood was just that low. And this particular time, I kept going in and out. I found myself out like going in and out. I didn't lose consciousness completely, but I was at the grace. I was at the door. And they hooked me up like as soon as we got into the hospital. And of course, on the way there, I'm crying. I'm, having a moment. I don't want to be stuck anymore. This and that. And, my husband calmly, it's okay, sweetheart. Just calming me down and let me know, hey, I understand. But you need this. Like, I hear what you're saying, but you do this. Ain't no talking about this. You finna get this done. I hear what you're saying, sweetheart, and I'm here with you every step of the way. But you have to get this done, right? And you need to get this done so you can have this surgery with the fibroids, because I couldn't follow through with the UFE surgery that the doctor is trying to proceed on and give me because my blood was low. So we went in, and as soon as we went in and we told them the situation, and I had just had a blood transfusion, I would say like 4 months ago. Yeah, like probably about 4 months ago. So it's like every time I have a menstrual cycle, I bleed out because of the fibroids. I mean, bleed out, right? And I noticed this time it was really like my body was just pumping out, like stressing to squeeze out blood. I knew something was wrong because really like it felt like my body was pressuring, like it was trying to give something. It was really nothing to give. And that was the caution. I'm not a licensed physician, but if you have fibroids and you feel like, hey, your menstrual is not normal, and you have a flow, and then this time it's like you feel like a rag that's being rained out, like it's like nothing coming out. You feel me? It's like your body is just straining to drop some blood out. Get checked out. Go get your blood drawn. Go see what's going on, because your hemoglobin can be dangerously low. You feel me? So I had we went in, and I'm losing my train of thought. We went in, and as soon as I had went in, right, my husband spoke to the people up front, and they asked what's going on. They took me around. Oh, y'all, just throwing stuff. They took me around. Where did I go? Excuse me, y'all. They took me around and did my vitals and everything. Once they did my vitals, they had told me, me and my husband's going to sit in the front, and someone will call you within moments, okay? Within moments of us going, and by the time my husband had a seat in front of me, they was calling my name. So, took me to the back, drew my blood. Once they drew my blood, they took me straight to my room. While I was back there in the room waiting, for them to come back and everything, you have to, they have to draw your blood and see what's your levels and everything. When they came back, they said my levels was a 4.9. It went up, I would say, 5 notches, because it was a 4.4, and then it went from a 4.4 to a 4.9. And I was just so depleted, guys. I was just like going in and out. It was awful. and it's like they was moving. You know, they was moving. Let me know, okay, ma'am, we're going to start your IV. You know, we're going to start your blood. We're going to, you know, we got to get this going. So they went on ahead and started my IV. They went on ahead and started my 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 IV, my blood. They started my IV in my blood and everything. I did, how many bags I did down there? I did one bag, right? I did one bag, and then, of course, every time they give you a blood transfusion, they have to check your levels. So they did one bag, and then they checked that it was low. Then they went on ahead and gave me another bag, right? I'm still down in the emergency room, but by that time they had moved me to another room in the emergency room. They had to, like, you know, move me to a more, I guess, a more calmer section in the emergency room. I guess, I'm not sure. So I was still down in the emergency room, and they was prepping to get my room prepared upstairs. So every time I get a blood transfusion, everybody's different, but every time I get a blood transfusion, I have an allergic. I have an allergic reaction. Every time I have a blood transfusion, I get an allergic reaction. I start to itch really bad, right? Really, really bad. So for me, they give me Benadryl. Everybody's different, but every time I get a transfusion, I have to take Benadryl. So I noticed I was having like this pain on my side with my fibroids is that, and the pain was, it was, it was like a throbbing, like a dull throbbing pain. And once they gave me the pint of blood, it started to get a little stronger. That's, they pump me back up with blood, which means they're feeding the fibroid now. Now the fibroid is, you know, it's waking back up. Think of it like a leech. You feel me? Like a leech or a vampire. You feel me? Something that's just a parasite that's like stuck on you, and it's just feeding off your blood, just constant. It's just feeding off you. It don't give a damn how you feel, what you got going on. It just want to eat. You feel me? That's what a fibroid is. Just constantly sucking you literally dry, like sucking you of everything you have, whatever blood you have. It's just sucking you dry. Fibroids are so dangerous. They're deadly. Like, they're deadly. It almost killed me. Like, it almost killed me, man. Like, that's crazy. And the time I had, my hemoglobin was the 3. Remember I said that my hemoglobin was a 3. I didn't have my fibroid surgery at that time. Yeah, I didn't have my fibroid surgery. I don't think I had a fibroid surgery at that time. So I had my fibroids. Yeah, I didn't. I didn't have my fibroid surgery at the time. After that time I was a 3. I ended up finding a doctor and having the surgery and having my tubal ligation reversal surgery at the same time. So, you know, and my tubal ligation surgery was extremely successful. My tubes was, God preserved my tubes. They were healthy and beautiful and strong. I did conceive twice, but I lost them. I had a miscarriage, unfortunately, both times, and I believe it was probably due to the fibroids. You know, me having the fibroids. I am older than what I was before when I had children in the past. I have 3 children. I was popping them out like popcorn back then, honey. And we're younger, and you're young, your body's just different when you're younger. But when you get older, your body is different when you get older, right? So I had the tubal ligation reversal. I had a couple of fibroids removed. I got pregnant right after. A month later after the surgery, I got pregnant twice. Like, 1 month and then the next month. Like 1 month after the surgery, I got pregnant. I ended up losing the baby. Then right after I lost that baby, I ended up getting pregnant again. I lost the second one, unfortunately. and I haven't conceived since. So that's been a bummer. That's been a bummer, but that's a conversation for a whole nother time, a whole nother day. If you're interested, if you want to talk about it, if you want me to get into it, please feel free to hit the comment section up and let me know, and I'll definitely have a story time. We could definitely talk about it and go back and forth with one another. And you guys can ask me questions, or if you're looking to get a tubal ligation reversal, hit the comment section up and we can talk about it. You need help, or if you have any questions, and that could be another video for another day. But today we on these fibroids. So at the hospital, let's bounce back to where we was at the hospital, and I had my second bag, right? So my second bag, they did give me a another dose of Benadryl before they gave me my blood transfusion, and I had an iron transfusion. So they had gave me an iron transfusion with the first bag of blood. I only had one iron transfusion. So then they gave me my second. By the second bag being done, my room was already ready. There was a lot going on in the hospital this weekend, and this past weekend. And so, excuse the background, a lot going on back here. So they had moved me to my room, got me in my room. They need you to undress and get yourself in the hospital gown and get comfortable and all those things, so they could hook you up to different tools. They had me hooked up to all type of stuff, y'all. I was just all hooked up to all type of stuff, and I understand this. The situation was very severe. I get it, and I'm grateful for everybody that helped me, for everybody that was there, for everybody that was so concerned and checked up on me. Felt like every minute on the hour, but I'm grateful because she's here. She's for the energy, right? So they went on ahead and they drew my blood, and they wanted to check my levels because I had 2 bags, right? I had 2 bags, so they wanted to see where I was at. So with that, they drew my blood, and I was waiting, right? Waiting. Came back, ma'am, we're going to have to give you another bag. Your blood is not where we want it to be. So I'm like, okay, at this point, I'm tired. I want to go home. I don't want to be poked anymore. And it's just like, now I'm starting to get pain on my side, like where my uterus, but more so on my right side, right? Because I have, like, when you have fibroids, sometimes your stomach, it can be protruded, it can be bloated, it can be puffed out. Sometimes you can have like one side bigger than the other side because of the fibroids. So on my right side, it's like a little, you can feel it. At least I can. You can feel it. I'm always checking and watching myself and examining myself. So the pain started to get a little bit more intense. It started to bother me. And I knew why. Because now they're pumping me back up with blood. Now what I lost, they're giving me back and then some. Right? So you feeding the fibroids. So I was in pain. And I told them, and they gave me a pain med to stop that pain. Before they moved me upstairs, they had gave me a pain med. So when they moved me upstairs, I had try to be everywhere when I be telling the story, y'all. Please forgive me. I'm gonna get better at this. They moved me upstairs, ran my blood, said, hey, you need another blood transfusion. I was just in my feelings. I didn't want to be poked no more, guys. I've been like if you could see, like, you see my arm, look at the blood. Guys, look. Oh. That's where my last IV was at. This arm, it's a little swollen. I don't know if you can see it. See the lump? They had to take it out, guys, because my arm swole up. This arm swole up due to the IV. It was too much. My arm was just tired. And then this is the arm I had my last IV, and right before I left, they took it out. And that started swelling up. It was just irritated. Like, my body was just tired, Then I didn't have any blood, and there's just a lot going on. So then they was going to change this IV because it was hurting me. It's not supposed to burn. It's not supposed to swell up. You know what I mean? That's a big no-no. You need to take this IV out. The catheter is not how it's supposed to be. So, um, it was uncomfortable because when she flushed it, and then when she put the Benadryl and then she flushed, it was like poop, poop. Child, that burnt. That hurt like hell. And I tell them, listen, before you flush it out, before you flush my IV out, before you know, give me any medication of any sort, the IV, the transfusion, anything, please do it slowly because it hurts me, it irritates me, right? So once she did that, it was just, I was in pain. I was like literally like squeezing my arm. Like I was crying. I was in so much pain. It was hurting me so bad. It was burning. It was just hurting so bad. Then it swelled up a little bit. And then that's another one. They was like, oh, they stopped the transfusion, y'all. And they was about to just take the whole IV out. Honey, they had to call the IV tech. I don't know no other name for them. The person that come in and do your IV. Called them up, and by the time she came, girl, the pain had subsided, you know. And I told her, I said, ma'am, could you just try again? Let's see. And when she flushed it out, you know, she flushed out the IV, and she put she connected the blood back so it could flow. When she flushed it, I felt nothing. That was a great sign. You know how when they flush you out with the saline, you could smell it, you could taste it. And so I know you're like, girl, tell us how you can smell it, girl, how you can taste it, girl. You can smell it, honey. You can taste it. It's your blood, honey, going straight through you, honey. Nothing stopping it when they hit these veins, honey. So then she put my IV, connected my IV, and I asked her, can she slow down the dosage? And it just flowed. It didn't hurt me as bad. It was uncomfortable, but it didn't hurt me. So like I said to her, you know, you can't just pop it, just flush. You gotta be easy. Some people just gotta be easy with them. You know, some people are more gentle than others. Some people's bodies are more fragile, more gentle than other people, right? So, and she's seen that. So ever since that moment, anytime she had to give me anything in my IV, she took her time and she did it. So I went on ahead and I had that done. And I took, you know, I had my blood, I was taking my blood, and I had them fell asleep. After I took the Benadryl and they was giving my body, I was just like, I just wanted to lay down. I didn't really want to talk or be bothered. At that time, my husband, I believe he left. He stayed with me for a little bit, then he left. And I went on ahead and went to sleep. You know, by the time I woke up, you know, they bring you your food. If you go back on my videos, you'll see I was talking throughout this little process. So y'all check those videos out. When you finish watching this, but go check out the other ones before this. I think it's maybe 2 or 3 videos. Go check them out. So I slept, I got up, I ate, and then after that last transfusion, the third one, it was from that point on, it was, you know, allowing the body to just take what was given to it and just let it sit. Let my body just process that, take that in. And then, you know, of course, they let like 2 hours go by, 3 hours go by. And within those 2-3 hours, they check your vitals, you know, your temperature, your blood pressure. And then someone comes in within 3 hours or so, 2-3 hours, they draw your blood. That's one. Then they came back again like another 2 hours. Draw my blood again. 2-3 hours. Draw it again. They might have drawn my blood like 3-4 times. And, you know, through that whole process, they was checking my levels, taking my temperature, asking me how I feel. You know, my fibroids started bothering me. Now they woke up, honey. They done got fed. They acting up. They causing me pain. From my side to my lower back, I'm in pain. But I already knew what time it was, right? So my doctor came in, and she was like, you know, we gave you a 3rd bag of blood. We want to, you know, check your levels and see how things are going. If you are where, you know, we're comfortable to let you go home, we'll let you go home. You know, we want to get you to a safe place as far as your hemoglobin. Hemoglobin is your what, guys? iron, your blood levels, right? You want to make sure that they are in a in a in a in a positive place where you can successfully have this surgery that you have coming up. So then, she came back the next day, which is today, and this morning, and she came in, and of course they ran my blood again, took my vitals several more times, and took my blood again, and took my vitals another several more times, and then eventually I seen the doctor later that morning, and she was like, "Guess what? You are looking great. Your levels are on the up and up. I think my levels is like a 8. It's like in the 8, right? In the 8 range. 8 point something. I can't remember, but I know it was 8 point something. 8.5, I think they said. 8.4, something like that. But I know it's 8 something, point something. And I was just so happy. I was so happy to hear that. That was so much better than a 4.4, a 4.9. These fibroids are like sucking me dry to the point where it's killing me. Like, it's killing me slowly. Like, literally. You know what I'm saying? What if I didn't get up? What if I went to bed and I just didn't wake up? What if my husband had woke up Saturday morning and I was not responsive? You feel me? I was in a coma. I hadn't had a heart attack or a stroke, or I just went into a hemoglobin coma. Like, the fuck? You feel me? I am so grateful to God that God's hand, His mercy, His merciful hand, His loving hand was on me as I slept Friday through Saturday morning. I am so grateful to God, because if it wasn't for God's mercy and grace, y'all, like, on God, like, honestly, I wouldn't be here. You feel me? I'd be still in the hospital, hooked up to some machines. You feel me? My husband, my children would be there praying and crying and hoping that I pull through. You feel me? And I'm just so grateful to be here. I'm happy to be home, y'all. As soon as I came home, honey, she had to fix this wig, honey. Yeah. She had to get this wig on, honey. Y'all seen, like I said, please go check out those videos. My last 2 videos, 3 videos before this one, y'all. Go check it out, honey. She was busted, honey. I had to come home, honey, and put on this wig, girl. Find her, shake her out, girl. Get her right, girl. Comb her up, slap on some lashes, girl. Put some earrings on, girl. Fix his shirt. Put my girl. I had to get fam, cousin, best friend. Listen, Booski Nation. Listen, whatever lane category you in, Booski, I'm talking to you. Your girl had to get right, honey. I had to get some normalcy back in, honey. Yeah, she is home. Praise be to the Almighty God, honey. I am grateful. And I am here to say, if you have fibroids, baby, if you know you have fibroids, don't play with them. They will kill you. It will kill you. You hear me? They can kill you, honey. Them fibroids will suck you completely dry. Don't play with them. It will bleed you out, honey. Not only do fibroids suck the blood, you feel me? They feed off your blood supply, right? Not only do they suck and take your blood, honey, they bleed out. They bleed you out. So when your menstrual come, you bleeding out. Sometimes you don't even have to. Your menstrual could be, you could have been had your menstrual, right? And you'll bleed, like, say for instance your menstrual come on Monday, and it's like, say you got a 5-day excuse me, menstrual. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, right? And it's off. Sunday's back on for another 5 days. You feel me? You could be having intercourse with your man. You could be having intercourse with your partner. You could be having intercourse with your man. You could be having intercourse with your girl, Booski. It don't matter. You could be having fun, okay, in the room, tossing and flipping it up, and wapata, there it is, back on. Like, fibroids can really screw up, really fuck your world up. It really do. It really, really do. Do not play with them. If you know you have fibroids, please, 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 Google, look into what doctors in your state, your city, that's available that can help you take care of these fibroids. Look into UFE, baby. Look into that procedure, UFE. What is it? Urinary fibroid embolism. Y'all help me out now. If you can say the word, thank you. But UFE, that's the procedure I'm going to get, and it is 85. It is 80. It is between 80 to 95% successful, y'all. That is amazing. And my doctor actually told me when I have the procedure, it's gonna last me up until menopause. Praise him. Okay, dry these shits up, get rid of them, kill them dead. You know, so if you have fibroids, please get into it. Look into it, y'all. My doctor is awesome. Awesome. I am still in the process of working on getting to the point where I have the procedure done. Right now, like I said, like literally last week, Wednesday, what it was? Yeah, Wednesday I spoke to them. Thursday I spoke to the doctor. Friday I had my labs done, and then I was in the hospital Saturday. So I literally spoke to these people last week. So the more I get, you know, I'm going to share. I will eventually share who the doctor is, where they're located, all that jazz. Y'all just give me some time. It's still fresh. I'm still learning. And the more information I get, the more I learn. I would definitely, I'm definitely going to share with you guys. That's my word. Right now, I was scheduled for a MRI. So, that's the next step. I am hoping and praying that I am a great candidate for it. Please look into this in your state, in your city. Y'all look into it. Please. You know, everybody's situation is different. Some people might have to get a full hysterectomy. Some people might have to get a partial hysterectomy. Some people might just need to get a few of them removed. You feel me? Just woo, wabata, bomb. It's done. It's finished. And some people might have to get a UFE. Whatever floats your boat, hey, just get it done. Take care of it. Don't play with these fibroids. Get them up and out the door. Get rid of them. You feel me? As I go through this journey, I am going to take you all along with me, and we are going to learn together. And I want you to know that you are not alone. Don't feel like you're alone. Don't feel like you don't have anybody to talk to. Please hit the comment section up. Please feel free to ask any questions. Please feel free to talk to me about it. Let's talk to each other. Let's encourage each other. Let's support one another. Hit the comment section up. Blow my comment section up, you guys, with hearts and hugs. Please, blow it up with hearts and hugs. Please like this video. Share this video. Tell somebody about it. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. If you haven't hit the post notification bell, hit the post notification bell. Be a part of this family. And know that when you hit that post notification bell, you'll know when your girl is up and what? Talking, baby. She is on and ready. And that way you will always be on and ready with me, fam. So with that being said, I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for spending time with me tonight. I greatly appreciate you. Thank you for your love, your prayers, and your support. Booski. And remember that God loves you, guys. Remember that God loves you, and know that I always and forever will too, honey. Because guess what? We family, y'all. Good on home, honey. We are family. I love y'all. Thank y'all so much for spending time with me tonight. And I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Later.